guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu. Today we're going to be talking about the worst makeup that I tried in 2023. I have a selection. I've got to say I had a good year. There's been a lot of great products, but these are the products that I just think don't even waste your time. So we've got a little bit from each category, but this is going to be kind of short, sweet, get to the point, because at the end of the day, I don't really like it. I'm going to tell you why. I recently just did a huge declutter, which is coming. So a lot of this, I basically made it easier to pull from because it was stuff that I knew that I didn't like anyway. So we're going to start with some primers. I've got 3 primers. Now, a lot of these products are new to the market this year, but some of the things are just new that I tried this year. So it is a mixture, but a lot of the stuff is actually new this year. So I'm going to start with the Revolution Pro Miracle Cream. This is like a primer slash moisturizer. I had it in my primer drawer because I wouldn't really use this as a moisturizer. And this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, I believe. I've never tried the Magic Cream before, so I don't know what that's like, but I can't imagine it's like this. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but this came all busted. It was like leaking. It wasn't in great condition to begin with, and it even had like one of those lids on it, and it was just seeping out of it. So it looks a little bit funky, but it's just oily. It doesn't smell luxury like the Charlotte Tilbury would. I don't know, I feel like it misses the mark. I think the packaging is nice, but we're not just buying a product for the packaging. The product actually has to be good. Now, I am going to donate this to my nan. I think she'd really like it because she has dry skin. That could be part of the reason why I don't like this. It leaves like an oily film on my face, and I have an oilier skin type. So it just doesn't mesh well with what I like. So if you have dry skin and you like this, that could be, it's not like I'm saying it's the worst product on the market, but it certainly did not work for me. I have no desire to keep it, so I'm going to pass it on to someone who would actually enjoy it, and I know my nan would love to use this. So I'm going to pass it on to her. And then I have a blurring primer from OXX Cosmetics, which is like a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas and the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I just don't think... you can even see when I do this, it's not smooth. It just kind of bunches up a little bit and just sits on the top of your skin. I just don't think they quite got it with this one. I have the e.l.f. And I love the e.l.f. one, so I have no need for this. I actually have 2 of the e.l.f. Putty Primers. So I'm definitely going to try and pass all of these products along because they're in good condition. They're definitely used, so it'll be family and friends, or friends of family and friends. But I won't be keeping this one. And then the last primer is the NYX Shine Killer. I don't understand this. This is not a new product, but it was pretty new to me. It's black, infused with charcoal. So it's called a Shine Killer, but it has an oily film to it. I don't quite understand. So it's black, but I also don't understand that. And then it kind of leaves like this weird shiny film. Well, it's not shiny, but it's greasy. I don't understand it. Texturally, I don't like it. So I'm going to find someone to use this one as well. Okay, next we have foundation. I only have 2 because there were only 2 that really disappointed me. I think there's some that I thought were average, but not enough to say don't buy it. It was more that it was maybe too glowy for my taste or too sheer for my taste, but it wasn't a bad product. Whereas these, I think you can just find better, and I wouldn't recommend them. The first one is another NYX product. This is the Bear With Me Blur. I don't understand this, especially if you're in Australia. We didn't get all the shades. We got number 2, which is like white. It's way too light for me. And then the other shade is 7, which is a golden medium color. So there is no in between. So unless you are super, super fair or a golden medium, if you're anywhere in between, don't even bother going to the shops to get this because there's no other shades. It's super annoying. So I really tried to make this work in different ways on my good skin days, like when I have my perfect juicy skin. it still just looked average. I felt like it sat on top of my face and it would easily streak. And this is not a kind of product that I would like to use a sponge with because it's got powder in it. And so I use a brush, it went streaky, tried with a sponge. It's too sheer to be using with a sponge. It was too finicky. I couldn't get it to work. And I have too many foundations that I love and adore to try and make this one work. So yeah, that's the thing. A lot of foundations that I decluttered didn't suit me color wise, whereas this was also the formula. So the color didn't match me, but even if I had the right color, I still wouldn't like it. It's just a really average. So the blurring tint, I feel like there is, okay, the first ingredient is dimethicone before water. So if that tells you anything, I think that's why it sits on top of the face. The last foundation I have is the Life Proof Second Skin Foundation from Mecca Max. This is an Australian brand. I will let you know if something is Australian because I have a little bit in here that is Australian. I have a mixture. This foundation is just so average. I mean, that's all I can describe it as. So this is a Radiant Real Skin Finish lightweight foundation. Same issue. Here's the second ingredient is dimethicone. First ingredient, aqua. So I just felt like it was the same issue. It just sat on top of my skin. It didn't do anything for my features. It just looked average. I just think there's so many other foundations that look nicer on the skin. And even though this is affordable, I still would recommend so many other drugstore products that I would prefer over this. So even though it's at an affordable price, I still think it is a waste of money. I think there are people out there that like this. There's always going to be someone that disagrees with me. But this, it just was lackluster. The concealer I really like. So the matching concealer to this, they have the same shades, 140 IM. Really, really nice. I really like that and I kept it, but this it just didn't do anything. Okay, I have one face powder. We've actually got a lot from Mecca Max. They basically rebranded themselves in a way. So a lot of these products existed, they got taken off the shelves and then they've re-brought them out. I believe, this is my personal opinion, I don't actually know, I think they've just repackaged. I think it's the same formula because the blushes and the bronzers and the powders, they're all super powdery and lack any depth to it. And the old ones were like that too. So I personally think it's the same formula, which was not good before. And I think they've just repackaged to make it look slimmer and cuter, which the packaging does look really nice. I love how thin and small it is, but the actual product itself, I do not like. So this is the Life Proof Tinted Pressed Setting Powder. And I have the shade 01. So it's tinted, but it's basically translucent, but for different skin tones. So this, same with the foundation. It's just super average. It wasn't blurring. It wasn't undetectable either. So if it's not blurring, I want it to be undetectable. Undetectable is the By Terry, undetectable. The NARS loose powder, undetectable. This was still detectable, but it wasn't blurring. So it's like if I'm gonna see that there's a powder, it's because it's blurring and smoothing. You know what I mean? Like it's doing something. So being that it didn't do that, and it was also, I don't know, there's so much better. Even like the Maybelline Fit Me powder, much better than this. The Australis, if you want a pressed, much better than this. There are just so many other affordable options that I would recommend. So here I'm talking about just the quality. We're not talking about prices. But a lot of people gravitate towards these products because they're seen as being affordable. Now, Mecca Max has some of my favorite products, but they also have some of my least favorite products. So for me, it's super hit and miss. I'm gonna link down below. I have 2 Mecca Max videos, like an updated one with all the new collection. They are first impressions. So if I say that I like something, I have changed my mind. I think I thought this was pretty average anyway. I don't think I had a great opinion of this, but I'll link those down below. So I have 2 over a couple of years. I've done 2 different ones. So if you want to check out all of the Mecca Max range. I've basically tried everything, I would say. Honestly, I think I've tried everything. I haven't tried the new skin tint, but that's about it. I've pretty much tried everything. So yes, I would pass on that. I have 2 bronzers. We're gonna just keep it on theme. It's the Mecca Max. I'm so sorry, Mecca Max. The Sunlit Skin Powder Bronzer in medium. So same issue with this. I quite like the blushes. I kept the blushes. I think they were good. This, same issue, powdery, lackluster. I should have probably gotten the light, but even if I got the light, it's still the same formula. So it's average, man. I love the Revlon bronzer, even the Maybelline one. I think I've decluttered it, but it's just because it was so old. But I really like that. There are so many affordable bronzers out there that are actually really, really good. I would just miss this one. It's just average, man. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not like these things are the worst things I've ever tried, but they're just not worth spending your money on. And this is another one of those. It's a powdery, just, I don't know. And then the other one I have is from the Kind Collective. So this one is a couple of different reasons. This is the No. 5 Glorious Shimmer Bronzer. Now this is in there, when you go to Big W, they have a 3 for $10 bin. So you can get 3 products, any of the 3 products in that section for $10. Really affordable. I think I bought this, the blush, and a lip product, all for $10. Great, or $5 each. So it's really, really affordable. And you guys know I love the Kind Collective, but 2 of their products did make it into the worst, but just 2. Some of their I have a lot of their products in my favorites as well, so that'll be coming. So this, I don't like the size, obviously, just tiny, and it's got a little bit too much shimmer for my liking. I like a bit of shimmer in my bronzer, but I felt like this was bordering highlighter. I don't know if you can really see. Let me get a little bit more. And for me, I like shimmer, but it has to be still a natural shimmer. It can't be crossover with a highlighter when it's a bronzer. With a blush, yeah, because you're just putting it here. But with bronzer, I put bronzer here and here. So if it's super shimmery, it's just going to turn me into a disco ball, which I don't really want. So I just thought, I mean, it's only $5, but still, like I said before, invest another $5 and get like a good drugstore bronzer on sale and just skip this one. The formula itself is not bad. Like, it feels really nice, but it's just too shimmery, a little bit too shimmery. Okay, so with blushes, I've got 3 and they're all cream. I don't have any powder blushes that I hated. I feel like blushes have come a long way and they're generally pretty good. We have this Australian one. Now, I just want to say, this formula is totally different to the other shades that they have. So this here is the MCO Beauty Cheek and Lip Tint in Flamingo. This is an Australian brand also. And it's too pigmented. I'm actually going to donate this to someone with a deeper skin tone because it's just too pigmented for me. And the tone of pink is not my favorite tone of pink. So the formula is not bad. It's just, for me and my skin tone, it's too raspberry. It's a bit too much for me. And with a cream or liquid blush, I like it to be really soft or super blendable that it shears out. This, it does shear out, but literally the tiniest bit goes too far. I remember I used this and I like did a dot and it was too much pigment and then my face just turned red or pink. So I am going to donate this to someone who has a deeper complexion and this would suit much, much more. The other shade Tango is one of my favorite blushes. So it's not that all of these are bad, it's just this particular shade Flamingo does not work for me. And if you do have a fairer skin type like me, I would avoid the Flamingo. Tango is beautiful. I haven't tried the rosy one, which I really want to try. So, but this, I don't know, I just think it's too pigmented. On the other spectrum, if you are a regular on my channel, you know how much I hate these. It's pretty rare that I hate a makeup product, but these are so bad. I also have, I have another one, but I've already put it away to donate to someone with this one. Same issue with this, it's too pigmented for my skin tone, so I'm gonna give it to someone else. And then these, so there were 3, right? There was the Coral Moral, I think it was called. Different packaging, but still called Cheek of It from P. Louise. So heavily pigmented, it was unusable. Like, unusable. These are the opposite issue, same product, but no pigment. So if I swatch this on my hand, this one here is called Ballet Slipper. I actually love the color of it when I swatch it. I love it, it's so pretty. But when you put it on your face, I don't know what it is, but it literally disappears. I have tried to do it in different ways and I cannot get it to work. I even put it on my lips and it just looked like I had concealer lips. So the product has a white base and I think that's the problem. There is too much pale pastiness in it that it just disappears. I wouldn't be surprised if this worked better on people with a deeper skin tone because I'm just the same color as these blushes. There's no two ways about it. One's more pink, one's more orange, but at the end of the day, they just disappear. And I tried to make these work and they are just useless on my face. So they got to go. I will not be missing them. Kind of in between lip and cheeks, we have a lip and cheek. So these two are from OXX Cosmetics, the Australian Kmart makeup brand. So these were just super average. I think I preferred this one in terms of the color. I wore these both on my lips and my cheeks. I tried it on both. It didn't work on cheek because it's too small of an area. You had to like really draw it on and then really blend it out. It just wasn't the right consistency for a cheek product. But I did try it. I preferred these on the lips. I preferred this one. This one was probably a little bit too warm and pale for me, but this one was quite nice. But still super average. So I would give these a miss. These came in a set, so they don't have shade names. They were like a duo set. It was very affordable, but at the same time, I think someone else would enjoy these more than me. I have one highlighter. This is honestly really bad. It's really bad and I wouldn't even bother risking it. So this is the Fresh Face Luminizer from Barry M in the shade Gold. It does nothing. So when you swatch it, you're like, it's okay. And then when you put it on your face, it disappears and just leaves glitter. It's not a highlighter. I wouldn't even know what to call this. It's just a bad formula. At the end of the day, it's just a bad formula. And that happens. Sometimes you have a wing. Yeah, it just disappears into nothing. It's supposed to be here. So, yeah, I wouldn't even know who to give that to because it's a bit pointless, but someone might take it. You don't know. Let it be their problem. And then I have one mascara. There were some other mascaras. I think the Kind Collective one I didn't like and I gave that one to my mum already. But generally, like with mascaras, I don't really keep them if I don't like them because I don't want them to go to waste. I usually just palm them off to my mum. So she's just got like this never-ending supply of mascara. She never has to buy makeup, basically. The e.l.f. Lash and Roll is a dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash. The Benefit Roller Lash I love. This was nothing like it in my opinion. It didn't lengthen, it didn't volume, it did not curl, it didn't really do anything. If you like a super natural mascara, you might like this. I've seen other people on social media loving this. I don't quite get it. I used it a few times and it just was average. So I will give it to my mum because she'll happily use this because it's not like a destroyed product. It just didn't do anything for me personally. I like something that lifts, separates, a little bit of like, just like makes my lashes look nice. And I just felt like it didn't really do much for me. So I'm gonna pass this one on, but I did see a lot of people liking this. I think it's nothing like the Roller Lash. The Roller Lash was like full on lift, curl, volume. Beautiful, beautiful mascara. I have two eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if they're new to this year, but they were new to me. This is one of them, but I've had two of them. I've decluttered one, and this is the other one that I'm decluttering. This is the Revlon Sophia's Prismatic palette in Slight Flex. This one, I just think it's average. In the pan, they look so beautiful. I just like this duochrome shadow here. I had high hopes for. And it's pretty, but it's not anything spectacular. I feel like there's so many other ones like this that have more what I'm looking for. It kind of gives me Space Cowboy vibes, which is nicer than this. I don't know. This one here did nothing. It did nothing. This here. It's like it's doing nothing. So I just thought it was a bit underwhelming. And I think a lot of drugstore, they kind of miss the mark with eyeshadows. There are some that are good. Australis are really good. But this, I don't know. I just think there's so much better out there. And then the other eyeshadow palette is from the Kind Collective. I have two. The other one I love, called Golden Bronze, is really nice. This one is Desert Island, which I do not like. The formula is totally different. The mattes are powdery and too translucent. There's like no pigment. And I'll show you this dark brown. That's the dark brown. It just doesn't give anything. And then the shimmers are pretty lackluster as well. I think this particular one I would miss, and then I would go the Golden Bronze, which is more of a neutral bronzy kind of palette. So it's a shame about this one because I do love the Kind Collective, but that one just wasn't so good. And then lastly, I have two lip products, both glosses, both very different reasons why I don't like it. So the Essence What the Fake has actual chili extract in it. Now right now I'm wearing the Fenty Heat in Cherry, Hot Cherry. Love it. It's got spice to it, but it goes away. So what is left is this beautiful She Red tint. I love it. I'm basically finished it. And I thought this would be my replacement for when I finish it. Well, I tried it and my lips were burning for an actual hour. Like burning for an hour. So I think they missed the mark with that chili ingredient, or they've put too much chili in it, and I would avoid this. As someone who can handle a lip plumper, I could not handle this. This was like uncomfortable. Like, you know your lip injections from Too Faced? Fine, I can handle those. Even the maximum one. But not this. This one is bad. Bad, 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 bad. Yeah, What the Fake Extreme. Not good. Please don't buy it. For safety reasons. And then my last product is the Australis Girl Boss Lip Gloss. Glitz Lip Gloss. This is bad. I got the shade Seductive. And I thought this is beautiful, right? Beautiful champagne shimmer. I have an e.l.f. one with a nice champagne shimmer. Beautiful, love it. This is just metallic. And it looked, see, it swatches quite nicely. Kind of hard to see, but it is a gold. And it's very much, it's borderline metallic. I would actually call it a bit metallic. And on the lips, metallic is not nice. It was bunching in my lines. And it's not an issue I usually deal with. So the fact that it was doing that meant it was a really bad product. Because it was something that doesn't normally happen to me. It was just like literal gold on my lips, and I don't like that. I thought it was going to be like a nice soft shimmer, but it was more on the metallic side, so I would avoid that too. Now that's the only of the Girl Bosses lipsticks, lip glosses that I've tried, but I did not like. I did not like. As soon as I put it on, I was like, no. So that's everything, guys. We have not too much. I feel like I tried a lot of good makeup, which will be coming next. That will be quite a long video because I have a lot of makeup that I tried and I loved that I want to share with you. But these are the ones that I think you could definitely miss. Don't waste your money on skip-a-rooney onto something better. And that something better will be my next video. So keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe if you are new here. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.